As we are live here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, NewarkPilots.tv. As always, I'm Kyle French. It'll be the Horseheads Hitmen taking on the Newark Pilots right here at historic and beautiful Colburn Park. Beautiful night for baseball. A little hot and humid here at Colburn Park. I'd say humidity-wise, it probably feels like it's mid-90s. So pretty hot here at Colburn Park. And it'll be Ryan Scott leading things off for the Horseheads Hitmen, who sit at fourth place in the NYCBL West Division. So today's game is an exhibition, does not count for anything, and I've already been told that we will probably see majority of the pilots in the lineup swapping out throughout the game. So bear with us as there will be tons of substitutions. It'll be Ryan Scott from Horseheads, New York, leading things off. He plays at Mansfield University. So stepping in from the left side is Tristan Head getting the start on the mound for the Pilots. First pitch in there for a strike. Count at 0-1. So Tristan Head, typically a position player, but on our roster was listed as a utility, so he can throw the ball. 0-1 misses outside, counts at 1-1. Tristan Head, the University of Virginia commit. This is the first time we've seen him on the mound thus far this summer. As Scott steps back in. 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch from Tristan Head. That one swung on and hit on a line right at the shortstop. As that was Harris McReynolds out there who makes the play. An L6 to start off the game. As that will now bring up Lucas Granger. Lucas Granger will step in now for the Hitmen. Granger, a sophomore at Herkimer Community College. First pitch from Head. That one popped up into right field. Tyler Walters underneath it and makes the play. So 2 quick outs for tonight's starting pitcher, Tristan Head. And that'll bring up Nate Prince now for the Horseheads Hitmen. So Prince coming up to the plate now for Horseheads. Plays his college ball at Roanoke College. He's a sophomore there. He'll step in. First pitch from Tristan Head. Misses just inside for a ball. Count is at 1-0 now. Tristan Head dealing thus far. The 1-0 pitch from Tristan Head. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Once again, Tyler Walters underneath it, and it's a very quick inning for Tristan Head, showing he belongs on the mound. Heading to the bottom half, the Pilots will be coming up to bat. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. And just like that, I'm joined by Pilots catcher from Hofstra University. It's Dom Camera. So, Dom Camera, how's it going?
How we doing, Frenchie?
Doing good. Great to have you up here. First time you've been up here in the broadcast booth, and we'll get to Jack Archimone in a little bit as well, as that pitch in there for a strike from the Horseheads pitcher. That's Larkin out there throwing. Zach Larkin from Albright College. So, pleasure having you up here. First time. What's it like up here in the press box?
This place is really cool.
As Goodness hits that one. That one's going to get through for a leadoff base hit for Paulie Goodness, and that'll bring up Mr. Brigham Loveland.
Yeah, this place is sick up here. Never been up here.
It certainly is a great view up here. I mean, you can see everything.
Oh, yeah. It's a lot different than when you're actually on the field from up here.
So today only an exhibition game, and I've told all the fans at home, sounds like you guys are going to get in the game at some point, you and both Jack Archimone. So it seems like everyone's going to play today for the Pilots. Will we see Landon White getting at bat?
Maybe. I want to see Walsh getting at bat, Michael Walsh.
Michael Walsh, he'll never, if he gets a base hit, he'll never let you guys hear the end of it.
Yeah, supposedly he was a good hitter, but I don't know. We should trust him.
I don't know. I saw some swings he was taking the other day.
Yeah, we'll see. I don't know.
So Paulie Goodness on first base after the single, and that one swung on and roped, and that one gets through. It's back-to-back singles for the Pilots. Goodness is going to round towards third and advance to third. So back-to-back singles for the Pilots. And that'll bring up tonight's starting pitcher for the Pilots, Tristan Head. So Tristan Head going to come up. Two back-to-back singles for the Pilots, and the Pilots off to something early here.
He's been swinging it pretty good. We'll see what happens here. I think he's going to hit a bomb. Might call it right here. Chipotle on me, Jack. It's a bomb.
As it looks like the catcher is going to come out and talk with his pitcher. So Tristan Head steps in at the dish now to face Zach Larkin. Runners on the corners, no outs, and the lots are hot here tonight on this beautiful evening. Good stop there by the catcher, Taub. Count is at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes as Tristan Head steps in. The lefty University of Virginia commit out of Jupiter, Florida. 1 ball, no strikes. Goodness on third. That one misses high. Counts at 2-0 now. And being his soon-to-be Hofstra University teammate, do we have an injury update on Mr. Sean Lane?
Sean's going to be back probably next week.
Next week?
Yeah, he's just he want to go home, get his hamstring looked at. Oh, what'd I say?
As Head
What did I say?
hits that one
What'd I
deep
say?
out into right field underneath
Oh,
it.
oh!
As he drops it out there in right field, that one's going to be an E9 and an RBI.
You almost got
As that will now bring up Justin DiMartino for the Pilots.
Same with Justin right here. He's been hot.
High school friend in Justin DiMartino.
Oh, yeah. I actually went to high school with Justin, Frankie, and Sean, too. So, known them a long time.
As Justin DiMartino coming up to the plate now. So the Pilots already lead this one 1-0. That's going to be an RBI as well for Tristan Head. And Tobb's going to come out and talk with his pitcher, Larkin. So far for the Pilots, 1 run on 2 hits, no errors already. Off to a quick lead here. Looks like there is already someone up warming in the bullpen for the Pilots, but like I said, exhibition game, so can't really see who that is down there.
It's
throwing a football. Never mind. He's throwing a football off the mound. You see something new every day, I guess. As DiMartino steps in, that one swung on and missed. Big cut and big miss there. DiMartino looking to send that one over the scoreboard in left field. And waiting on deck is the Pilots newcomer, Tatsunori Ngeshi.
Man, Justin was swinging it well yesterday. He just missed a home run by like an inch off the wall.
As DiMartino steps back in, that one misses away, spiked in the dirt, and it's going to be a stolen base.
Oh.
For.
Oh, no. He would have been out.
So that's a stolen base for Briggs Loveland as he gets to third base. Tristan Head moves up to second base on that one as well. After he reached on the E9. So 1-0 your score, and Justin DiMartino will step back into the box for the Pilots. DiMartino batting .300 coming into this game, and again, stats aren't affected by this game due to it being an exhibition. That one swung on and missed. Counts at 1-2 now. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. And Larkin not throwing it too hard. Probably sitting high 60s, mid 70s. Definitely not throwing it the hardest.
Yeah, he's got a funky arm slot, though. It probably makes it a little bit harder to hit. I'm not sure if me and Jack are going to get to face him because we're hitting later today, but.
The 1-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit out into left field as the left fielder is trailing and makes the play. So an F7, it's actually going to be an SF7 sacrifice fly, and the Pilots now lead 2-0.
And he's hitting the ball real hard. That probably would have went out yesterday.
As that's going to bring up Tatsunori Ngeshi. And Colburn Park's a weirder park. I feel like the corners, I feel like everywhere in this park sits deep.
Yeah.
It's certainly bigger than some major league stadiums.
Oh, definitely.
And
you could fit Yankee Stadium inside this place, I think.
And that's why I was so surprised. And the other day when I was calling your guys' game against Batavia, when Michael Mugen went yard dead center, it was so weird because you never see home runs dead center here, especially with the wind blowing in. Obviously, Lake Ontario on the north side of the park and the Erie Canal behind it. As Tatsunori smokes that one into right field. An RBI single for him, and the Pilots now lead 3-0.
Yeah, he's really good.
As that one now bring up Tyler Walters for the Pilots.
Facing his old team. He played on this team last summer.
So Tyler Walters stepping in for the Pilots now as they lead 3-0, off to a very hot start. 1 out, 3 runs on 3 hits, and no errors for the Pilots. As a pickoff attempt will keep Ngeshi close over there. Anything you can tell me about your guys' new teammate, Tatsu?
Oh, he's awesome. I mean,
certainly has been a fan favorite, and he's only been here just a few days.
His walkout song is unreal.
It certainly is different, and I definitely rock with his walk-up song. It certainly, I would run through a wall after listening to that song.
Yeah.
As Walters takes the first pitch for a strike, counts it 0-1, no balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. Pickoff attempt will keep Ngeshi close over there at first base.
Yeah, Tatsu's got a great swing. Really nice.
As waiting on deck is Jack Polowitz. Walters will step back in for the Pilots. Batting .240 on the season thus far. That one misses low. Count is at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. 3-0 your score in the bottom of the first. And again, this is only an exhibition game, but nonetheless, playing for bragging rights, which are always important, especially if you're me when I'm very competitive. As Walter steps back in, the 1-1 pitch swung on and popped up. This one, first base side.
It's out.
That one into the stands. Pretty packed crowd here.
Yeah.
As it is Wayne County most night, inviting all the Wayne County school children out to the game on their dollar. So, of course, why not come out, enjoy yourself here at beautiful Colburn Park. So 1 ball, 2 strikes. Tyler Walters is going to step back in. What's the over-under you'd say on home runs tonight? Is it 1.5? Would that be a good solid over-under? 1.5 or just half a home run?
Oh, man.
As Walters smokes that one between the gap.
I think 1.5 is a good line.
1.5 is a good line?
Yeah, I think we're going to see 1.
As that'll now bring up St. Bonaventure's own Jack Polowitz. So Polowitz is going to come up, and it looks like the Horsehead Hitmen coach is going to come out and chat with their pitcher. So head coach is going to come out and chat with his group.
That's cool.
As that's Mike Boulis out chatting with Larkin, his starting pitcher. Jack Polowitz still waiting on deck. So Jack Polowitz ready to step back in for the Pilots. They have a 3-0 lead with only 1 out here in the bottom of the first inning. Walters on first base, and Tatsunori Ngeshi, the newcomer from Middle Tennessee State University, sits on second base. Again, I'm joined by Dom Camera. We'll have Jack Archimone, the University of Richmond commit, joining us in a little bit as well. So Jack Polowitz steps in for the Newark Pilots here. Polowitz coming into this game batting .083, looking to turn his fortunes around. That one swung on and popped up. Just left side of the infield, third base side. The third baseman underneath it makes the play. So a P5 in foul territory for Polowitz, and there's 2 away. As that will now bring up Harris McReynolds for the Pilots.
He's been swinging it real good recently.
Harris McReynolds from Northeast Mississippi Community College, as he'll step in. Number 14 for the Pilots from Starkville, Mississippi. Mississippi boy through and through. 2 gone here as McReynolds steps in. First pitch from Larkin. Taken for a strike on the inner half of the plate. Counts it 0-1 to him. And for McReynolds, he is 4th on the Pilots in batting average at .308 coming into this game. Any idea who the Pilots' leader in batting average might be?
Let me see. I think me and Justin are tied for average.
That was before last game. It's actually Mr. Archimone who sits first now, batting .333.
300. He's .308. You're what? .330. Let me see that thing. And Mitchell Kelly.
So Pilots have 7 batters batting 300 or more on the summer coming in this game. It's pretty impressive. As McReynolds hits that one down the line, and Gushy's going to round third and head home. An RBI single for Harris McReynolds. And cue the Mario coin noise. And then I'll bring up Gage Boatman. So Gage Boatman coming up. And I actually really like Gage Boatman's walk-up song. The first time I heard this song was in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie, the most recent one. And I was like, oh, that's where he got it from. Okay, cool. But it is a really good song. As Boatman steps in. Boatman, coming into this one, tied with Michael Mugen and Harris McReynolds for second. So we have a 3-way tie for second on the team in batting average, which is quite significant. As the runner's going to head towards third, and it's a stolen base for Tyler Walters.
I think everyone's batting average jumped up real high after yesterday's game.
So Tyler Walters takes second base, and McReynolds takes second. And your score is 4-0 here in the bottom of the first inning.
What we have yesterday? 16 hits?
16 hits. Let me verify that.
14. Again.
As in yesterday's game, you guys had 14 hits. 7 runs on 14 hits, 1 error. Jamestown had 10 runs on 8 hits, 1 error.
Yeah.
It's been unfortunate. I feel like you guys, it just feels like you guys haven't played to your full potential the entire year. We've seen spurts of it, but you haven't played a complete game.
Yeah.
We're waiting for you guys to string it all together, and I know it'll happen at some point. Just got to string some wins together before it's too late in the season, hopefully for a late playoff push. Certainly, I can promise you that there are not a lot of teams that want to play you guys in the playoffs.
Yeah, we're a good team. We just got to put it all together at the right time. Everyone's been getting hot at separate times. It looks like right now, a bunch of guys had like multiple hit
I'm
games
almost
yesterday, too.
positive that I heard. So the stat is you guys, 11 of the 13 losses have been by 3 or less runs, which is insane. It's absolutely insane.
We've been in every game. So,
As that one is swung on and missed for strike 2. The count's 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 2 outs to Gage Boatman.
I think like there's not one team that we just don't want to play. It's never like we show up to the ballpark and we're scared. We know we could beat anybody, which has been a little unfortunate, but
and the other even more interesting thing is the 2 losses that are more than 3 runs, they're both against Elmira.
Yeah.
So not even any of the other teams.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. 2-2, that one swung on and hit down the line. That one's going to kick into the Pilots bullpen. Because I think that was Walshy that fielded that one down there with his bare hands. So Gage Boatman will step back in. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Pilots lead 4-0. So far, Pilots already have 5 hits in the inning. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors, and 4 Horseheads. No runs on no hits, 1 error. So Gage Boatman steps back in.
It's the most we scored in the first inning all year, I think.
Well, certainly looking good here tonight. Zach Larkin struggling. The 2-2 swung on, and that one hit out into left field. Underneath it is the left fielder to make the play, but not before the Pilots put up 4 runs on 5 hits. They'll strand 2, heading to the top of the second. 4-0 your score from Historic Colburn Park. We'll be right back, and Jack Archimone will be joining us in the broadcast booth on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As always, I'm Kyle French. This time joined by Jack Archimone, the University of Richmond, Virginia commit. Great to have you up here.
Frenchie, I am honored to be a part of this broadcast today. I've been wanting to do this for a while, so this is very cool.
And the plan is to hopefully get all of you guys up here by the time the season is said and over with. It's always great to hear what brought you guys here to the Pilots. It's always interesting every summer. You get guys from all over the United States, across the world. We have Tatsu from Japan. We have Michael Flaherty from England. It's always interesting. You see all these different cultures, slang, however you want. Like, people talk different ways. People are used to different things. And it's just all here in good old upstate New York. As that one is flied out into right field. Tyler Walters has been busy tonight as he makes the play in F9. As that was number 41, Cannon Van Duzer, that flied out. And that brings up number 37 now, Noah Boldick from St. Lawrence University. So teammates with Stephen Colangelo of the Pilots. So he'll step in. So Pilots leader in batting average, Mr. Jack Archimone, batting .333 coming into this game tonight. Obviously, as I've said, stats aren't affected due to it being an exhibition. But, I will say you did start the season a little bit, and it's a little bit of a slump. But since the last few games, last week or week and a half-ish, you've really been shredding it up for the Pilots. What can you contribute or say that transition is from?
I'd say at the beginning of the season, I was looking more to hit for power and put balls over the wall, but I kind of simplified things a little bit, tried to strike out less, put the bat on the ball, and be more aggressive. Really, I even with breaking balls, I mean, I have a couple hits in the past couple games through the 3-4 hole on a first pitch, second pitch breaking ball, and that's something I've really never done before. I usually take those pitches, but I've been more aggressive and just trying to put the ball in play, and good things happen. Last night I got on 3 times, once on an error, 2 hits, but most of them were just putting the bat on the ball, hitting it hard, and good things happen.
Certainly. And what was the transition from high school bat using a metal bat to a wooden bat here in the PGCBL Summer League? I'm sure that had something to do with it too.
Well, funny story. Before this season, I hadn't played a game in about 9 months. I didn't play high school my 5th year because I repeated and I was out of eligibility. So I came here without taking a live at bat in months, and it took me a couple games to get into it. But I've always been a big fan of swinging the wood bat. Better noise, less forgiving, but I'm looking forward to swinging metal in college.
Certainly, as Tristan Head walked the second batter of the inning, Noah Bolduck.
Yeah, Tristan looks good out there tonight.
He actually is going to be a PO at
not a PO. I think he's going to 2-way though.
Yeah, well, 2-way. That's what I meant. 2-way at the University of Virginia.
I mean that looks pretty sharp for a kid who hasn't been on the mound yet. I mean, I don't know if Coach Steve saw that he was a pitcher or that he just went off the word of the teammates, but yeah, everyone kind of saw Tristan throwing in the bullpen earlier this week, and then kind of told him to get up on the mound.
That's Charlie Taub at the plate. That one taken for a strike on the outer half. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Hitmen still looking for their first hit. So Taub steps back in, and I'll be interested to see Michael Mugen pitch. It looks like he's warming up down there as well for the Pilots. So
yeah, he's supposed to get his first appearance tonight. I know.
As the runner goes, it's going to be a stolen base for Bolduck from St. Lawrence University. So the Hitmen have a runner on second base. 4-0 your score in the top of the second. As Tristan Head is yet to give up a hit for the Pilots. He's looked very sharp. What would you say that your favorite away stadium has been to play at so far?
Honestly, either Auburn or Jamestown. I mean, Jamestown last night, it's a beautiful place. I mean, they get some fans, and it's just a nice field. Probably one of the nicest dirt fields I've played on up here. Then, of course, Auburn's all turf. That's a very nice field. Both stadiums get a good crowd. I mean, there's a good atmosphere at a lot of places. But
as Tristan struck out Charlie Taub there for the second out of the inning. And yeah, both, I'm not sure if you knew this or not, but both Auburn and Jamestown were both former minor league stadiums.
Yes, I knew
the
that.
New York Penn League, short A single season.
We were talking about some historic minor leaguers yesterday, and someone said Juan Soto played on the Double Days. So.
He did. I actually saw Mariano Rivera's son pitch for the Double Days.
Wow.
They used to be an affiliate of both Toronto and the Washington Nationals.
Wow.
So the more you know.
Yep.
For the longest time, just north of here, the AAA team, the Rochester Red Wings, they were with the Minnesota Twins. Now they are with the Washington Nationals. Okay. So not sure what the Nationals have with upstate New York, but they must like sending their players up this way. Obviously, Toronto makes sense because being right near the border, close, about an hour or 2 hours away.
Well, I think the Pilots are going to start taking off soon. I mean, we've lost one-run games all of last week, and we were in every single one of them. We just need that one big hit or one big out to turn things around. I feel like we've kind of beat ourselves a couple games, but we've been better at not making as many mistakes, and that's why we've been in all these games tight. I mean, Niagara, we lost by 1. I got an at-bat in that game with runners on first and second in the 9th inning. Couldn't punch one in. But, we're right there. I think things are going to turn around really quickly.
And just think about it. You guys aren't even halfway through the season yet. Yeah. So there's still – I just feel like this group has a different energy about them. Like, even though you guys have struggled here, like we've had groups that have struggled early on before and just kind of – it feels like they just give up. You guys are still hungry, still coming to the field every day, getting those early reps in. Like, you guys are all in. It's just – unfortunate that you haven't been able to string it together. And obviously 10 of the 12 losses, all by 3 runs or less, it's bound to fall together at some point. And hopefully it does sooner rather than later. I mean, obviously the aspirations are a playoff push here as that one's hit out into left field. Left center field, Paulie Goodness makes the play. The two guys run into each other, makes the play regardless for the third out of the inning. So heading to the bottom of the second, 4-0 your score. Pilots lead the Hitmen. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, the Nick Payne leading things off for the Pilots in the bottom half of the second inning. Coming into the bottom half, in the top half, no runs on a walk. The Hitmen ran 1 runner. Pilots lead 4-0. Nick Payne first pitch swinging. That one's popped up. And that one falls over the press box here at Colburn Park. Counts it 0-1 to Nick Payne from Centenary University down there in New Jersey. So Payne's going to step back in. It's Zach Larkin out for another inning of work and didn't have the greatest outing there in the first half of the inning. 4 runs on 5 hits for the Pilots as Payne steps back in. That one spiked. Counts now 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, and waiting on deck is the leadoff man from Palmyra, New York. Went to Palmac High School, Paulie Goodness. So 1 ball, 1 strike. Nick Payne steps back in. The pitch from Larkin taken for a strike. Counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and no outs. As for Larkin, had a 5.58 ERA coming in this game. That one hit to the shortstop who throws over to first, and that one's going to be an E6. Nick Payne gunning towards second base, and he slides in head first for an E6, and that'll now bring up Paulie Goodness in the top of the order.
It's our center fielder, number 2, Paulie Goodness.
So I'm being told that Anthony Laurinaitis from Keuka College will be getting the start tomorrow right here at home against the Jamestown, not Jammers, Tarp Skunks. Used to be the Jammers. Excuse me there. As Paulie Goodness steps in. Singled in his first plate appearance and came around to score for the Pilots. It was the first run of the ball game. The pitch misses outside. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, no outs. Bottom of the second inning, 4-0 Pilots lead so far for the Pilots. 4 runs on 5 hits, no errors. And that E6 by the shortstop for Horseheads was their second error of the game. That's Michelson over there at Braden Michelson at shortstop from Charlton, Massachusetts, St. Anselm College. The 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and blooped. And it's another hit for Paulie Goodness. Nick Payne is going to be held at third base. So 2 hits for him, and that now brings up Briggs Loveland.
Second baseman, number 12, Joseph Love for Briggs Loveland.
So Briggs Loveland coming up to the plate now. With runners on the corners. So Briggs Loveland's going to step in from Emerson College for these Newark Pilots. As Loveland steps in to face Zach Larkin. Still no one warming up down there for the Hitmen. First pitch taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1. On first base is Paulie Goodness, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the night and a run scored. And on third base is Nick Payne, who reached on the E6 this inning. As Loveland steps in, batting 0-91, runner goes towards second. It's another stolen base for him, cut off by the second baseman. Count is at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Briggs Loveland from Emerson College as he steps in.
So Nick goes to second.
Loveland, 2 hits, 2 runs scored. As another meeting of the minds here, the entire infield coming in to chat with their pitcher, Zach Larkin, trying to get him going. Imagine that Horseheads will start warming someone up down there in the bullpen. Looks like they only have about 4 or 5 guys on their bench. They're missing a little bit of their team. And again, the Hitmen out of the NYCBL, they currently stand 1-4 in their last 5, 5-9 overall, and 4th in the NYCBL Western Division. The Pilots were supposed to have another exhibition game earlier on in the season that was canceled against Rochester out of the ICBL, Interstate Collegiate Baseball League. Bunch of collegiate baseball leagues here in good old New York. You got the Hamptons down near Long Island. Bunch of different leagues as all these guys come to showcase their talent. So no outs, and Briggs Loveland steps back in, who singled in his first plate appearance. That one misses low. Counts now 2-1. Loveland getting ahead in the count. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Nick Payne on third base. Paulie Goodness on second. As Briggs Loveland will step back in, and waiting on deck is the starting pitcher, Tristan Head. I imagine this might be his last at-bat, as that one's going to kick to the backstop. Nick Payne's going to score on the wild pitch. The score is now 5-0 for the Pilots. So 5-0 your score. Pilots 5 runs on 6 hits, no errors. And for the Hitmen, no runs, no hits, and 2 errors. So Briggs Loveland steps back in. 3 balls, 1 strike to count. Zach Larkin has been off to a rocky start thus far. The pitch, that one swung on and popped up left side, foul territory on the third base side, and that one will get over into the stands here at Colburn Park. That's Van Duzer over there at third base. Excuse me, that's actually Paltry over there at third base. The full count pitch swung on, and that one hit down the third base line. That one is going to drop in there for a fair ball, and it's going to be an RBI single for Briggs Loveland.
And Paulie scores.
And the score is now 6-0.
Bringing up the pitcher, from Jupiter, Florida, number 23, Tristan Head.
As that'll now bring up Tristan Head here in the bottom of the second inning. 6-0 your score. Pleasure having Dom Camera and Jack Archimone up here in the broadcast booth for the first time this summer. Pilots will look to get back at the Jamestown Tarp Skunks tomorrow. 7:05 start time here at good old Colburn Park. First pitch misses for a ball from Larkin to Tristan Head. So the count's at 1-0, and sitting on first base is Briggs Loveland, who's 2 for 2 tonight as well. Throw over will keep Loveland close at first base. Again, Justin DiMartino waiting on deck. That one misses. Count is at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs to Tristan Head, who started the game at pitcher for the Pilots, is going to be a two-way player there at the University of Virginia. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. The pitch from Larkin. Swung on that one. Smoked out into left center field. Underneath it is the left fielder who makes the play out there for the first out of the inning, and that'll now bring up Justin DiMartino for the Pilots. As Justin DiMartino steps in from Bethpage, New York, plays his college ball at Farmingdale State University, and he is right up there on the Pilots leaderboard for batting averages. That one's hit out into right field. Underneath it is the right fielder who makes the play, as that was Boldu out there. As Tatsunori Ngeshi steps in after the F9 from Justin DiMartino. Counts at 0-1 now, taken for a strike. Larkin starting to settle in here for the Hitmen. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Zach Larkin coming, set. The 0-1 pitch. Swung on and roped. That one is going to find the gap there at second base, and that's going to be a base hit for Ngeshi, his second of the game. And that'll now bring up Tyler Walters. As Tyler Walters steps up to the plate now for the Newark Pilots. 6-0 your score. 6 runs on 8 hits. No errors for the Pilots, and they're looking to add on some more runs here in the bottom of the second inning. Walters will call time and step out. Larkin still awaits there, and now he'll step off the mound. So Ngeshi on first base and Briggs Loveland on second. Waiting on deck is Jack Paulowitz. So Walter steps back in. Larkin, the delivery. That one swung on and roped a mile down the left field line. As that one went foul. That one didn't go over the fence, but foul. So no balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As Walters smoked that one. Was looking for a home run. We'll see if he can straighten it out. Walters certainly with home run power. Walters steps in. No balls, 1 strike. The 0-1 pitch. Misses outside. Count is at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Walters from Suwanee, Georgia. Plays his college ball at Georgia College State University. Is in the transfer portal as he steps in. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Walters in. The 1-1 pitch. That one swung on and popped up. First baseman underneath it makes the play for the final out of the inning, but the Pilots add on 2 more, heading to the top of the 3rd inning. 6-0 your score at Colburn Park. I'm Kyle French. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As always, I'm Kyle French. Tristan Head back out there for another work, and so far, no hits through three. We're in the top of the third now. It'll be Paltry leading things off. Nick Paltry for the Horseheads Hitmen. 6-0 your score. Tristan Head has only thrown 24 pitches through 2 innings. As the delivery from Head swung on and missed. Great splitter there in the dirt. Count is at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike. 2 Paltry as he'll step back in for the Hitmen. And as for Paltry, it's Larkin awaiting on deck. The pitcher will be batting for them as that one misses inside. Counts at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike. And no outs. So Paltry steps back in. And the motion from Head and the pitch. That one in there for a strike. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The count to Paltry, who will step up into the batter's box now for the Hitmen. Has appeared in 2 games for the Hitmen thus far, and he's 0 for 4 with a walk and 3 strikeouts. And another strikeout to his total as he strikes out there for the first out of the inning. And that'll now bring up the pitcher, Zach Larkin.
Just a reminder, fans, that the next home game for the Pilots is tomorrow at 7:05 start against the Jamestown Sharkstorm.
So that's going to bring up Larkin, who is the starting pitcher tonight. And so far for him, 6 runs on 8 hits and 2 innings of work for the Hitmen here tonight. Tristan Head, the pitch. That one misses high and away. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. And the top of the order awaits on deck for Horseheads. That one, a big cut and a big miss, counts at 1-1. As that had Larkin fanning at that one. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 1 out. The 1-1 pitch from Tristan Head swung on and missed. Count is at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strike, and 1 out. And Tristan Head has been blowing that fastball by Larkin. Imagine he'll throw the same thing again here. The delivery from Tristan Head misses outside. Count is at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the delivery swung on and missed, strike 3 for the second out of the inning. Larkin goes down swinging. And that'll bring up the left fielder number 2, Ryan Scott from Horseheads, New York. Plays his ball at Mansfield University. And Tristan Head, so far, through 2 2/3 inning, has been electric for the Pilots. Another strikeout for him. As that will now bring up Ryan Scott for Head. That's his 3rd strikeout. Back-to-back strikeouts for him to start this inning. First pitch. Misses outside. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Tristan Head, the University of Virginia commit, has looked good. The 2-way soon-to-be player there. That one just misses. Counts at 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. And Head looking for another 1-2-3 inning here. That one swung on and hit foul. Counts now 2-1. Tristan working his way back in the count here, and this is the first action we've seen of him on the mound for the Pilots. Imagine after this performance thus far here tonight, we could see some more of him as a pitcher. The 2-1, that one swung on and missed. Good pitch there from Head. The high fastball fooled him. Counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. 2 number 2 for the Horseheads Hitmen. And the 2-2 delivery from Tristan Head. Taken on the outer half of the plate. Strikes out the side. His 4th strikeout of the game. We're heading to the bottom half. Pilots coming up to bat. They lead the Horseheads Hitmen 6-0. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. A little bit of saxophone play there as all the children running off the field here at Colburn Park running the bases, and it looks like some kid does not want to leave the bases over there on the left side. Looks like his mom is taking him off the field now. So the antics out here as it's Wayne County Schools Day, sponsored by Wayne Most here at the Newark Pilots and most importantly Colburn Park, rocking per usual. It's Jack Polowitz leading things off for the Pilots here. He fouled out and popped out in foul territory to the third baseman, as there is some action down there in the Horseheads Hitmen bullpen. Count is at 1-0 to Polowitz now as the first pitch missed for a ball. It's Anders Axelson warming up down there from Lansing, New York, and Onondaga Community College in the bullpen. The Lasers. Second pitch misses for a ball from Larkin. Counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Clouds starting to come in, creep in here at Colburn Park. 2-0 pitch. That one swung on and popped up. This one a mile in the air as well. Foul territory again as the third baseman misses it, and that one kicks foul for a foul ball. So the count's at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. As the third baseman, Paltry, couldn't corral that one down. So Polowitz is going to step back up to the dish now for the Pilots. And waiting on deck is Harris McReynolds. I did hear that almost everyone's going to play for the Pilots today, so and they lead 6-0 already. And just like that, Jack Polowitz follows that one down the line. I'm joined by Landon White, who made his press box first appearance up here. How's it going, Landon?
I'm good. How are you?
Going good. We had you up here for an interview the other day. You're back again. Are we going to see an at-bat out of you tonight? And I was just talking to Dom Camera and Jack Arkemo that I want to see you take an at-bat.
I want them, if this goes to the 9th inning, I want them to put an all pitch, or bottom 8, I want them to go all pitchers line up.
As Larkin misses that one. Counts at 3-2 now. 3 balls.
That'd be cool. All pitchers line up.
2 strikes, no outs, and that definitely would be cool, interesting. So the Pilots up 6-0 here, and after 7, there is a 10-run mercy rule. Hopefully we can sneak out of here before this rain starts. It looks like we're going to get some rain here.
Me and Jack Gann are going to do the dizzy bat with the fans.
You're going to do the dizzy bat? What inning is that going to happen?
I think it's 5th.
As that one misses low, and Jack Polowitz heads towards first base now. And that'll now bring up Harris McReynolds.
Starkville, Mississippi, the home of Faith Hill, the shortstop, number 14, Harris McReynolds.
So Harris McReynolds coming up to the plate now for the Pilots, and he's tied for second on the team in batting average with both Gage Boatman and Michael Mugen at 308. So Harris McReynolds turning things around. He's been hitting very hot as of late for the Pilots.
How many RBIs does he have? He's got an RBI in like almost every game.
McReynolds has 6 RBIs in 9 appearances for the Pilots.
Wow.
As the first pitch misses for a ball from Larkin. Counts at 1-0. And again, there is action down there in the Horseheads bullpen, as that's Anders Axelson from Lansing, New York, by way of Onondaga Community College warming up. The 1-0 pitch misses low. Counts at 2-0 now, and it seems like Larkin's lost a lot of the command here so far this inning. So far for him, 6 runs on 8 hits, no errors. As Larkin coming set. Polowitz on first. The pitch. That one hits Harris McReynolds, and he heads to first base. And that'll now bring up Gage Boatman.
The extra hitter, number 9, Gage the Wall Boatman.
French, you know what's awesome?
What's that?
The amount of people at the ballpark today.
I know, there's a lot of people here. I was saying it's
packed house.
packed house. Very similar to that of the other day.
Yeah, the Father's Day. That was a good crowd too.
It was a good crowd. Hopefully we can have some more like this. I know that there's going to be a couple more sponsored nights. July 14th will be Rochester Regional Health Night, so that should be pretty big here. We will have CSEA coming up as well at some point. They're another big sponsor of the Pilots. So, yeah, we should have some interesting nights here, and there's going to be some more fireworks, so we'll definitely pull some more crowds.
I didn't know Mike was coming into the game.
Yeah, Michael Mugen down there warming up in the Pilots bullpen as well. So far, Trist ahead with a no-hitter through 3 innings, though. He's only thrown about 30 pitches as that one's lined up into center field. Polowitz is going to be held at third, so now the bases are loaded, and that will bring up Nick Payne.
Yeah, Pollott's not the fastest guy. I don't think you want to send him there.
So the catcher is going to come out and talk with his pitcher. And is this going to be it for the pitcher? As they're just chatting with Larkin real quick.
How many mound visits do you get? You get like 6, right?
It's an exhibition, so I'm not sure. There's been quite the bit of mound visits, and Pilots lead 6-0 here in the bottom of the third. If there's 6, they certainly have used all of them already. 6-0 your score as Nick Payne steps back in for the Newark Pilots. Bases loaded, no outs. Bottom of the third, 6-0 your score. Payne steps back in. First pitch, taken at the knees for a strike. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and awaiting on deck is Paulie Goodness, who's 2 for 2 with 2 singles here tonight. So Larkin coming set. The 0-1 pitch from him. That one swung on and popped up in the infield. Underneath it is Paltry. And that one's actually going to drop. And they called the infield fly there. And Paltry, that one dropped in front of him. But that's the first out of the game. Of the inning. As that'll bring up Paulie Goodness from Palmyra, New York.
I think Tatsunami's pitching today as well.
Tatsu, and I heard actually that he can. Is it true that he can pitch from both sides of the mound?
Yeah, he's a ambidextrous pitcher, and he's a submarine. And over the top from both sides.
That's insane.
So he has 4 different arm slots.
That is insane.
I wouldn't compare him to that, but
I mean,
he's
if
very
he could do
good.
all that, I think he could give Shohei a run for his money.
Probably. I'm excited to see him pitch though, because he's been swinging it well.
As 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. 6-0 the score. Larkin, the pitch to Goodness. That one misses. Counts at 2-0, and nowhere to place him as a walk here would walk it a run, and the Pilots will be up 7-0. So we will see. And great to put on a show for all these fans here at Colburn Park. The 2-0, taken for a strike on the outer half. The plate counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As the Pilots playing some great baseball thus far here tonight. Infield in, looking to prevent the run at home-ish. The corners are in, excuse me. That one misses. Counts at 3-1 now. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out, and 1 more ball in. That walks in Paulowitz from third. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Paulie Goodness will call time and step back in. As Goodness steps in, the 3-1. Swung on, and that one dribbled to the shortstop who fields, and his only play is going to be at first. He'll throw it to first for the out. A 4-3 ground out with an RBI for Paulie Goodness, and the Pilots now lead 7-0.
Bringing up all the way from the Lone Star State, goes Texas to second baseman, number 12, Briggs Loveland.
And that'll now bring up Briggs Loveland. So Briggs Loveland coming up to the plate with 2 outs and runners on second and third. And Tristan Hedawait's on deck for the Pilots. Briggs Loveland steps in from Emerson College, downtown Boston, Massachusetts, and he's from Burleson, Texas. He'll step in. 2 for 2 with 2 singles on the night. That one taken for a strike. Count is at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the Pilots lead 7-0 now. So far for them, 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. That one swung on and rope. Oh, foul right at first base coach Ryan Seals, and he gets out of the way of that one. So no balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Briggs Loveland will step back in. And the 0-2 pitch. Swung on, and that one roped out into right field. That one is deep into right field, and the right fielder trails and makes the play for the final out of the inning. But the Pilots put up 1 more run heading to the top of the 4th inning, 7-0 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, 7-0 your score as the Pilots lead the Hitmen. So far for the Pilots, 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors, and 4 Horseheads, no runs, no hits, 2 errors. And pitching change for the Pilots, but staying the DH. Tristan Head will stay at the DH. But coming on in relief is Michael Mugen from Seaside, California. Will be playing his college ball at Southeast Missouri State this upcoming year. And both Mugen and Tristan Head getting their first pitching work of the summer for the Pilots, and both of them will be two-way players at Division I universities next upcoming spring season. So Michael Mugen coming on, and he will face Granger, the second batter in this lineup. First pitch misses for a ball. That's Lucas Granger, also from Horseheads, New York, sophomore at Herkimer Community College. That one misses as well. Counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Top of the 4th inning, 7-0 your score. Pilots have been firing on all cylinders here this fine evening at Colburn Park. Sunday baseball, that one almost comes inside and hits Granger. Counts at 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes, no outs. Top of the 4th inning. Lucas Granger steps back in. The 3-0 pitch right down the heart of the plate. Fastball. 3-1 the count now. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Pilots have scored in every inning thus far. 4 in the first, 2 in the second, and 1 in the third. Mugen, the delivery. That one misses inside, so it's a leadoff walk for Lucas Granger, and Mugen walks the first batter he faces. As now that will bring up the next batter in the order, Nate Prince, sophomore at Roanoke College. 0 for 1 on the night thus far, is he? Well, he'll step in. Granger on first. That one swung on and hit into right field, and that one's going to drop. That one will be the Horseheads Hitmen first hit of the ball game. Throwing to third base. Good pick there from Nick Payne. And Horseheads has runners on the corners with no outs now. So Michael Mugen puts the first 2 runners on base in his pitching debut with the Pilots, and that'll bring up Noah Bolduc from St. Lawrence University, also from New Hampshire, as he steps in. Number 41. See, that's number 41 actually stepping in. That's Cannon Van Duzer from Tompkins Cortland Community College, TC3. It's where head coach Daniel Steve is an assistant at for these Pilots, as Van Duzer fouls that one off his foot. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, no outs. Runners on the corners for Horseheads, looking to score their first run of the ball game. As Van Duzer steps in, the pitch. Runner goes. That one hit right at Ngeshi. His only play is going to be at first, but he'll fake a throw home and hold the runner at third. So a 3 unassisted. A great play there for Ngeshi at first. As that one, I'll bring up Noah Bolduc, number 37, the sophomore from St. Lawrence University. So he'll step up to the plate now. And for Head, finished the game 3 completed innings, no hits, and 1 walk on 33 pitches. So successful outing in his debut for Tristan Head. Imagine we'll be seeing him throw some more here throughout the summer at Colburn Park. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out, as Mugen delivers. That one misses low as well. Counts at 2-0. Free base is open over there at first base after that great play from Tatsunori Ngeshi. Mugen, the pitch. That one swung on and fouled off Bolduc's leg. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, 7-0 Pilots lead. And again, if we do make it to the 7th inning, this is a schedule for a 9-inning game, but if we pass the 7th inning after the conclusion of the 7th, and the Pilots are up by 10 or more runs, the game would be over due to the mercy rule. Mugen, as that one is hit out into left field, that one gets all the way to the wall. Horseheads is going to score 1 run, and they're going to score another run. So it's a 2 RBI double for Noah Boldick, and the Hitmen score 2 runs and get back into this ball game. As that will now bring up Charlie Taub, the catcher tonight for them, number 42. So 7-2 the score now. Horseheads puts up 2 runs in the top of the 4th. So looking to claw their way back in this game. Michael Mugen coming set. A look back at the runner and the pitch. Swung and fouled off into the net here at Colburn Park. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And again, we're in the top of the 4th inning. And Horseheads Hitmen just struck and scored their first 2 runs of the ball game on the bat of Noah Boldick, a 2 RBI double. The 0-1 pitch misses low, and Boldick's going to head towards third as they're going to call him safe over there at third. Looked like the batter actually got in the way of the throw from Polowitz, but they'll say a stolen base. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Horseheads has a runner on third base now. 7-2 your score. So looking to crawl back in this game are the Hitmen. The 1-1 pitch from Mugen. Swung on to that one, fouled, out of play. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. As always, thank you to our loyal fans out there who always listen and tune in to every game. All the parents at home. The Pilots can't be the Pilots without everything you guys do. So thank you for everything. As the 1-2 pitch. Taken for strike 3, the second out of the inning. Michael Mugen strikes out his first batter as a pitcher here in the PGCBL. As they'll now bring up Braden Michelson for Horseheads here tonight. So Michelson will step in to face Michael Mugen for the first time. Looks like it could be Cameron Kingsley up there just stretching in the Pilots bullpen. That one fouled off into the backstop. So the count's at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, 7-2 your score for the Pilots. 7 runs on 9 hits, no errors. And for Horseheads, it's 2 runs on 2 hits, 2 errors. Both hits and both runs coming in this inning for them off Michael Mugen as the 0-1 pitch misses low. Count is at 1-1 now. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. And the top of the 4th inning. So Michael Mugen from Southeast Missouri State will step back on the mound. The 1-1. Swung onto that one. Hit out into right field. Tyler Walters isn't going to be able to make the play as that one actually went foul. So dropped right in front of Walters. The count is now 1-2 with 2 outs. Mugen getting ahead of the count, looking for his second strikeout of the inning. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Michelson steps back in for Horseheads. Previously known as the Mansfield Destroyers. And the 1-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit out of play, foul. So we will do the 1-2 again. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And again, we are in the bottom of the 4th inning. That one comes inside and nearly hits the batter. Counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Michelson will step back in. And the sun's starting to peek out from behind those clouds here in Colburn Park. Not really much of a breeze either. The 2-2 misses low. Counts at 3-2 now. And again, that is Noah Boldick over there at third, who stole third after hitting that 2 RBI double for Horseheads to put them on the board for the first time here tonight. 7-2 your score. Michelson steps back in. The payoff pitch from Mugen misses outside. And that one's going to be thrown down to Nick Payne and back to Polowitz at home. And they have him caught in a pickle for the third out of the inning. So score that one 2-5-2. The Pilots get out of the inning. They pick off Boldick at third. 7-2 your score. The Hitmen put up 2 runs this inning. The Pilots are coming up to bat. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, I'm Kyle French. Running it solo for the time being. Maybe we'll have some more players up in the broadcast booth to join me throughout the game as the Pilots lead this one 7-2. Bottom of the 4th inning. It's Tristan Head who started the game for the Pilots and threw 33 pitches of no-hit 3-inning baseball with 4 strikeouts. And Michael Mugen came on to relieve him last inning. But the Horseheads Hitmen in the top half of the 4th scored 2 runs on 2 hits and did strand a runner. As Jack Gannon now over there at first base. He was just up here in the press box with me. Now he's over there at first, being the Pilots' first base coach. So everyone stepping up here for the Pilots today. Tristan Head will step back in. The 1-1 pitch misses high and away. Counts at 2-1 now. And Anders Axelson is still warming up down there in the Hitman bullpen. Imagine he'll probably be coming in relatively soon. Great night for baseball here, and the fans certainly are packing the stands as the 2-1 pitch misses high, counts at 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Tristan Heads will step back in, looking to work a leadoff walk, and the ever so dangerous hitting Justin DiMartino waiting on deck. 3-1 pitch misses high, so it's a leadoff walk for Tristan Head, and that will now bring up Justin DiMartino. So DiMartino is going to come up, and there's going to be a pitching change now for Horseheads. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be right back. It's Axel Jandelson coming on to pitch. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Figure Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As always, I'm Kyle French, running it solo for now in the broadcast booth. It's Justin DiMartino leading things off for the Pilots here in the bottom of the fourth inning. They lead the Horseheads Hitmen 7-2, and Justin DiMartino steps on. Pitching change is that Anders Axelson from Lansing, New York, by way of Onondaga Community College, number 22 for this Horseheads team, into pitch. First two pitches to Justin DiMartino, miss for balls. Tristan Head over on first base for the Pilots, and it's the newcomer Tatsunori Ngeshi awaiting on deck. The 2-0 pitch swung on and missed, counts at 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Bottom of the fourth inning. Again, 7-2 your score. So Justin DiMartino will step back in for the Pilots, coming into this game batting .300, has 9 hits and 30 at-bats, 2 RBIs, and 4 doubles. He leads the Pilots in extra base hits thus far in the summer. That one fouled out. So the count's at 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Justin DiMartino will step back in. In yesterday's game, he went 3 for 4 with an RBI and a run scored in the 7-10 loss at the hands of the Jamestown Terpskunks down there in good old Jamestown, New York. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, the 2-2 pitch. That one misses outside. The count is now 3-2. Tristan Head is going to advance to second on the wild pitch. So the Pilots now have a runner in scoring position, looking to replace those 2 runs that they gave up in the top of the fourth inning. But this time it's Anders Axelson on to pitch for Horseheads. I'm waiting to see some positional changing around for the Pilots. Some other guys getting some ABs. We'll see when that happens. It'll be a nightmare trying to figure that all out as DiMartino grounds that one to the shortstop, who fields it, scoops, and throws over to first for the out. So score that one a 6-3 ground out. Michelson over to the first baseman, as that'll now bring up Ngeshi, Tatsunori Ngeshi. So Tatsunori coming up to the plate now for the Pilots from Middle Tennessee State University, Division I program. As he steps in, first pitch misses high for a ball, counts at 1-0. And Tatsunori also from Tokyo, Japan. So the Pilots go international this summer, as Tatsunori from Tokyo, Japan, and also for the Pilots, they have Michael Flaherty from London, England. So the Pilots go international this summer is the headline. Tatsunori's 2 for 2 on the night with a pair of singles. Steps back in. That one misses inside, so it counts 2-1 now. And awaiting on deck is the dangerous hitting Tyler Walters, who smoked one out and over the left field wall foul in his last at-bat. So Ngeshi steps back in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. The 2-1 pitch. That one swung on and smoked out of play. So the count's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, and 1 out, and we're in the bottom of the fourth inning. As Tatsunori Ngeshi steps in, the 2-2 pitch misses high and away. Counts now full 3-2, and awaiting on deck is Tyler Walters. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. The pitch to Ngeshi misses high. And it's a 1-out walk for Tatsunori, and that will now bring up Tyler Walters.
Tyler Walters.
So Walters coming up to the plate now for the Pilots. So Tyler Walters steps in now for the Pilots with 1 out and runners on the corners. And he's got an opportunity to add some insurance runs here. The Pilots have a 5-run lead, 7-2 your score, bottom of the 4th inning. As Anders Axelson comes set, the pitch misses outside for a ball. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 1 out. And the catcher, Jack Polowich, waiting on deck. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch. That one misses high. Count is at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. As Tyler Walters will step back in. The 2-0 pitch. That one comes in and fouled off the bat of Walters. That one looked like it might have hit him in the hand, but just narrowly hits near the knob of the bat there, and the count is at 2-1 now. As that one misses as well. Counts now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out to Tyler Walters, who will step back in. Walters certainly looking to put one over the fence there. The 3-1 pitch. That one taken for a strike. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And Jack Polowich waiting on deck. And just like that, our mascot Ace making another appearance here, greeting some fans down there in the concourse here at Colburn Park. The payoff pitch misses low, and that walks the bases loaded, and that will now bring up the catcher, Jack Polowich.
That brings up from Mars, Pennsylvania, the catcher, number 18. Put your hand together for Jack Polowich.
So Jack Polowich coming up to the plate now from St. Bonaventure University for these Pilots. With 1 out in the bottom of the 4th, bases loaded. Polowich looking to extend this Pilots lead here. That would be certainly would be helpful. As Jack Polowich steps in. 7-2 your score, bottom of the 4th inning. The pitch misses outside. Fake throw down there from the catcher. Nothing doing. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. The 1-0 pitch misses away. Counts 2-0 now. 2 balls, no strikes, and nowhere to put Polowich as a walk here would walk in a run as Tristan Head sits on 3rd base. Tyler Walters on 1st, and Tatsunori Ngeshi sits on 2nd. So 2 balls, no strikes, 1 out. Polowich stepping back in. The 2-0 pitch, that one swung on and fouled off him in the batter's box. Counts now 2-1. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out.
Hey, fans, make some noise for the Pilots.
As Jack Polowich steps in. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Polowich steps in. Bases loaded for him. Big opportunity here. The pitch misses high. Counts now 3-1. So 1 more ball, and that would walk in a run. And there is someone up and warming in the Horseheads bullpen. Can't quite see a number from here. But there is someone up and warming. 3-1 pitch. That one dribbled down the first baseline and foul. As Jack Gannon, the Pilots' quote-unquote first base coach for the time being, fields that one. So 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 4th, 7-2 Pilots lead, and they have the bases loaded here with Jack Polowich up at bat, and the dangerous hitting Harris McReynolds awaits on deck. The 3-2. That one swung on and hit at the shortstop as he stops it and throws over to 2nd and makes the out. So it's a 6-4 fielder's choice for Jack Polowich, and that will score a run. So that'll bring up Harris McReynolds.
Brings up from Starkville, Mississippi, the shortstop. Put your hand together, number 14, Harris McReynolds.
So Harris McReynolds coming up to the dish now for the Pilots. Harris McReynolds coming up from Starkville, Mississippi, the lefty. 8-2 your score now. That one misses inside, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Bottom of the 4th inning, Pilots lead. And Dom Camera awaits on deck, and that would be a very dangerous bat if somehow McReynolds finds his way on base. The 1-0 pitch taken for a strike, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Dom Camera waits on deck, and if the bases got loaded with Camera at the plate, that would be bad news for the Horseheads Hitmen. As the 1-1 pitch, that one comes in and hits McReynolds, and just like that, he's going to head to first base.
That brings in the extra from Manhasset, New York.
As that'll bring up Dom Camera.
Number 6, Dom Camera.
And Michael Flaherty is going to pinch run for the Pilots now. So here come the substitutions for the Pilots. So Dom Cameron awaiting. There's another mound. So the pitchers conference and players conference adjourned, and in comes Dom Camera, arguably one of the most dangerous hitters in this Pilots lineup, as he's coming into this game with a 300 batting average. So far for him on the summer, 3 RBI, 2 doubles, a triple, 9 hits. So Camera certainly is one of the power hitters for this Pilots team from Hofstra University. That one misses high, and they're going to throw over to first. That one's not in time. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Michael Flaherty getting a little bit of a greedy lead over there at first. The base is loaded, nowhere for him to go or advance. As Dom Camera steps in. And Anders Axelson steps off. So coming set is Axelson. That one misses. Counts at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. We are here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Dom Camera coming up with 2 outs and the base is loaded. Big opportunity for him here. And awaiting on deck is Nick Payne. The 2-0 pitch, that one swung on and hit into shallow left field. That one's going to drop down for a base hit, as they are going to send the runner back to third, as that's another run for the Pilots. As this will now bring up Nick Payne for the Pilots. So on third base now is Justin DiMartino, who had to slide back in head first safely at third. Pilots now lead 9-2. As we will fix the scoreboard momentarily. That one taken for a strike. As the count's at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to Nick Payne. Base is loaded. And waiting on deck is Paulie Goodness. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As that one comes in and hits Nick Payne, and that'll score another run.
And he gets hit by a pitch in another run.
As I'll now bring up Paulie Goodness.
Bringing up from the top of the order from Palmyra, New York, the center fielder, number 2, Paulie Goodness.
And that'll be all for Anders Axelson. We're going to take a break here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We'll be right back. As we are back here on Figure Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, it's Paulie Goodness leading things off for the Pilots here. So far, he's 2 for 2 with 2 singles, and he came around to score both times. So Paulie Goodness steps in for the Pilots to face the oncoming pitcher in relief of Anders Axelson. It's Griffin Tamashiki, as that one comes inside and almost hits him, counts at 1-0. As he also plays college baseball at St. Anselm College, Division III. So it counts at 1-0. And waiting on deck is Briggs Loveland, who is 2 for 2 on the night as well. The 1-0 pitch misses inside, counts at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Paulie Goodness steps back in, bases loaded. Pilots lead the Hitmen 10-2 as the onslaught has continued. Goodness steps back in, the 2-0 pitch. As Tamashiki's hat came off, the count is now at 2-1. That one taken for a strike. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 5th. And the 2-1 pitch. That one swung on and popped up. First base side, out of play. Counts now evened up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As the 2-2 pitch misses, counts at 3-2 now. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs.
Hey, make some noise.
That one misses, and that will walk in a run. So the Pilots now lead 11-2.
Another run scored. Bringing up from Burlington, Texas, the second baseman, number 12, Briggs Loveland.
As that will now bring up Briggs Loveland. Briggs Loveland coming up to the plate, 2 for 2 thus far on the night with a pair of singles. As that one misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. That one misses, counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. As Briggs Loveland steps back in, the 2-0 pitch from Tamashiki, that one misses, counts at 3-0. So 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and another walk here. That would walk in a run. The 3-0 pitch taken for a strike, counts at 3-1 now. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Loveland steps in with the bases loaded. The 3-1, taken on the outer half, counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As that one fanned at by Loveland for the 3rd out of the inning. So the bases are stranded loaded, but not before the Pilots put up 4 more runs. They lead Horseheads 11-2 on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Top of the 5th coming up. We'll be right back. are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. It's Chris Paltry leading things off for the Horseheads Hitmen in the top of the fifth inning. 11-2 your score. And Michael Mugen back out for another inning of work. That one misses outside. Counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, and no outs in the top of the fifth inning as Paltry steps in. That one swung on and fouled off the catcher, Paulowich. I'm not sure where that one hit him, but Paulowich seems to be a little shaken up. He's going to walk it up. Not sure if that one hit him in the hand, but that hit Paulowich. Again, Paltry still without a hit in 4 games for Horseheads on the summer. So 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs. The 1-1 pitch. That one almost hits Paltry as he escapes out of the batter's box. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. The 2-1 pitch, change up, taken for a strike, counts at 2-2 now. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs for Michael Mugen. Curveball hit back up the middle, fielded by Briggs Loveland, falling to his left, and he makes the play. What a great play by Briggs Loveland there for the out. Score that one 4-3. As that'll bring up number 10, the pitcher, Griffin Tomashiki. Griffin Tomashiki coming on to pitch. So Griffin Tomashiki coming on to pitch, the junior from St. Anselm College. He's currently the pitcher for the Hitmen, as they elected not to use the extra hitter and actually had the pitcher bat. The 1-0 pitch. Bunt attempt will kick foul. So it counts at 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the fifth inning. Pilots lead 11-2. And again, we're here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Tomashiki will step back up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out here. One's across the board in the top of the fifth inning. The 1-1, that one hit foul. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. As Michael Mugen comes set, the 1-2 delivery. Misses high, counts now full. Pushed to tie at 2-2, evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Top of the fifth. Michael Mugen. The delivery. Bounced, counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Tomashiki hyping up his Hitmen team members. And so far, the Pilots have scored in every inning. 4 runs in the first, 2 in the second, 1 in the third, and 4 in the fourth. The 3-2 misses outside. It's a 1-out walk for Tomashiki. And that'll bring up the leadoff man, Ryan Scott, number 2 from Horseheads. Plays his college ball at Mansfield University. As down there in the Pilots' pen, it looks like Josh Ferris is up and stretching for the Pilots. First pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Top of the fifth, 11-2 your score. Pitch taken for a strike. Counts now evened up. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Tomashiki on first. And Ryan Scott steps back in. He 1-1, taken for a strike. Counts now 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Ferris now warming up with Cam Kingsley down there. Mugen coming set. The 1-2 pitch. Curveball hit out into left field, just over Michael Flaherty's outstretched glove. So it's a 1-out single for Ryan Scott. And that will bring up Lucas Granger, number 26 from Herkimer Community College. So there's 1 out here. As Lucas Granger steps in, the pitch. That one swung on and hit down the line. That'll drop in for a base hit. They're going to send Tomashiki home. The throw in from left field. Not in time, so it's an RBI single for Lucas Granger, his second hit of the ball game, and the score is now 11-3. Still in favor of the Newark Pilots, but he's in there for actually a double, so it's a 1-out double. As that will now bring up Nate Prince, number 7, as he is out at second base. So Nate Prince, the second baseman, number 7 batting. So Nate Prince stepping in for Horseheads now. So Mugen coming set. First pitch, taken on the outer half, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, and 1 out. And I imagine we'll be besieged by pilots up here in the press box momentarily. Looks like Chris Lowe and Michael Walsh working their way up here. As that one's hit out into left center field. That one's going to drop. 1 run will score. 2 runs will score, and the score is now 11-5. Horseheads putting up 3 runs here this inning. As head coach Daniel Steve is going to come out and chat with his pitcher, Michael Mugen.
He's leaving it way out of the middle. What's up?
As it will be Cannon Van Duzer, number 41, coming up to bat, tonight's first baseman. So extended mound visit here for head coach Daniel Steve after the 2 RBI double from Prince. With 1 out here in the top of the 5th inning. 11-5 your score. So that'll bring up Cannon Van Duzer, the first baseman, number 41.
Number 41, Cannon Van Duzer.
So Cannon Van Duzer coming up to the plate now. Number 41, the first pitch to him misses low, counts at 1-0. 1 ball. One ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Van Duzer steps back in now. That one misses low, and that gets to the backstop. So the count's at 2-0, and Horseheads has a runner on third base with 1 out now. So 2 balls, no strikes, and 1 out as Van Duzer steps in. As that one taken for a strike, and I'm joined once again by a very familiar face and my great buddy, Christopher Lowe, CeeLo.
Hey, Kyle French.
Hey, great to have you up here.
It's good to be here.
As the 2-1 pitch misses outside from Mugen, counts now 3-1. Horseheads doing pretty well the last 2 innings. They've scored 5 in the last 2.
Yeah, they have.
The 3-1 pitch from Mugen swung on and missed. Counts now full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Mugen in a jam, looking to get out of it. As waiting on deck is Noah Bolduc.
Count is full here, and Van Duzer
Swings and misses.
fooled. As Mugen broke a little off that one. Van Duzer back to the dugout.
As that'll bring up number 37, Noah Bolduc from St. Lawrence University. Good pitch there from Mugen. Off speed had him fooled. interesting style there with the no batting gloves for that was Van
A
Duzer.
little Jorge Posada.
That one swung on and missed, counts at 0-1. I could not imagine batting with no batting gloves. That's got to be brutal, especially the blisters, dude.
The blisters, man. These blisters are terrible. That's why I
I
stuck
go
to
golfing
pitching.
with no golf gloves.
This one
sometimes.
chopped up the middle.
And that one hits off
Mike
the base.
from London going to go for it, but it gets through, and this one's going to get by. Is that goodness?
As that one dribbled by goodness. So it's an RBI single for Boldick, and the score is now 11-6.
And you can't help but notice, seems like both teams have the late Sunday afternoon drowsies right now.
Just a little bit. So the Hitmen have scored 4 runs in the top of the 5th to match the Pilots' 4 runs in the bottom of the 4th. So the score is now 11-6. First pitch misses low, counts at 1-0, and Josh Ferris warming up down there in the Pilots' bullpen now.
So Frenchie, how's life been?
Life's been all right, Here yet again, love being here at the park, as that one's going to kick off Paulowitz, and counts now 2-0.
Good try there from Paulowitz, but this one just gets beyond him, even with the block.
So 2 balls, no strikes, 2 outs. Horseheads crawling their way back into this one.
For a little bit, it was looking like the Pilots were going to be coasting towards a mercy rule victory.
Well, don't rule it out just yet. So the 2-0 pitch misses high. The count's at 3-0 now. 3 balls, no strikes, 2 outs, and can't keep this Horseheads team around.
You can't. They're not called the Hitmen for no reason, Frenchie.
As the
And
3-0
Mugen.
pitch, that one swung on and hit out into right field, and that one will get into the Pilots bullpen. So 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
So, Frenchie, what's for dinner tonight?
Oh, I haven't decided yet. Not decided yet. Maybe I'll have some leftover stir fry as the runner's going to head in and steal third. Paulowitz caught napping behind the dish, and that puts runner on the corners. As I'll now bring up Braden Michelson.
And the Horseheads taking advantage of some mental miscues here on behalf of the Pilots. As Coach Steve says, maybe it's time for a change as he'll go out to the mound, and we're going to bring in
Josh Ferris from Finger Lakes Community College. So
Josh
pitching change
Ferris
for the Pilots.
Finger Lakes Community College.
We're going to take a quick break. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, 11-6 your score.
I'm Chris
Catch you after
Lowe.
the break. And I'm Kyle French.
Stay classy, Newark.
we are back here at Historic Colburn Park. Pitching change for the Pilots. It's Josh Ferris coming on to pitch for the Pilots from local Finger Lakes Community College in good old Canandaigua, New York.
Right down the road, indeed, Frenchie.
First pitch from Ferris misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0 from Josh Ferris. And for Ferris, coming into this one with a 5.4 ERA for the Pilots, is pickoff attempt will keep the runner close over there at first. 2 outs here. Runners on the corners is final stat line for Michael Mugen. 6 runs, 6 hits.
With the
The runner,
oh my!
the runner goes, and that one's going to be thrown
Oh.
to the outfield by Paulowitz. Now a throw into third is going to have him out at third. But Horseheads pits up one more run. 7-11 the score. As we'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel.
And we're back here at beautiful Colburn Park. Tristan Head, the UVA commit, stepping into the box. Started today's game off on the mound.
As Tristan Head will step in now for the Pilots. 3 innings of no-hit ball for him. As he ropes that one right to the third baseman. As that one hops right up over Paul Tree's glove. That is a base hit for Tristan Head. And that will now bring up Frankie DiMartino.
On next from Bethpage, New York. It's the other half of the DiMartino brothers, Frankie. And it's his birthday, ladies and gentlemen.
So Frankie DiMartino stepping up to the plate now. The birthday boy.
The birthday boy.
He said he was looking for a birthday home run today, so we'll see if he can get it.
27 years young today.
As big swing and a big miss. DiMartino looking for that birthday home run.
I'm just joking, folks.
And Mitchell Kelly, the dangerous bat, awaits on deck. So Frankie
to Portland.
DiMartino will step back in. The 0-1 pitch. That one swung on and popped up into center field. Center fielder underneath it makes a grab. So an F8 for DiMartino. And that will now bring up Mitchell Kelly.
There's that sound of silence. No walk-up song for our
That
friend
is
Mitch.
right. Mitchell Kelly did ask for his walk-up song from Webster, New York's.
As Pilots looking to put something together here in the bottom half of the 5th inning. Man on first, 1 down.
So Kelly stepping in now, a part of a plethora of changes to this Pilots lineup throughout the game.
A lot of
Kelly,
action today. A lot of action.
first pitch to him misses. Counts at 1-0 now. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. And for Mitchell Kelly, he's batting 300 coming into this one. Tied for 5th on the Pilots team in batting average as the 1-0 pitch misses high. Counts at 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes, and it's Frankie Vanzalata waiting on deck. So a dangerous hitter in Mr. Vanzalata.
Frankie V.
That's what they call him. The 2-0 delivery. That one swung on.
Wow.
Out into deep left field. Left fielder
No way he
trailing
gets
it.
that.
As that one
Are you
is
kidding me?
caught by the left fielder.
I mean, the Horseheads have dropped bunt fly balls today, but they hauled that one in.
So Frankie Vanzalata going to come up to the plate now for the Pilots. That was a great play out there by the left fielder. That's Ryan Scott out there in left field. Hit off his glove and bobbled in the air, and he had enough time to corral that one.
Nice catch, Ryan.
So Frankie Vanzalata steps in with a runner on base. Tristan Head on first. And on deck will be Polowitz. First pitch taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. We are in the bottom of the 5th inning, so still plenty of baseball left here at Historic Colburn.
Plenty of ball game left.
Looks like I'm going to have to charge the iPad here soon. As the 1-0 pitch misses for a ball. Count is at, or the 0-1 pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-1. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Vanzalata steps back in. The 1-1 pitch misses high. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Runner goes. As that one's low. Tristan Head is going to be called out. And they're calling him out at second base, but he was clearly safe by a mile. Well, PGCBL umpire strike again. Heading to the top of the 6th inning, 11-7 your score. Pilots lead the Horseheads Hitmen. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. It's Braden Michelson leading things off in the top of the 6th inning. And don't call this one over yet, folks. The Horseheads Hitmen have scored 7 runs in the last 2 innings, and they are now only trailing by 4 runs after trailing by almost 10 at one point. They were trailing by 8 runs. Excuse me, 9 runs. So it was 11-2, and they scored 5 in the 5th inning. Top of the 5th. The bottom of the 5th, the Pilots actually were shut out for the first time in an inning this game. They scored 0 runs. As Josh Ferris is pitching yet again for the Pilots. That pitch missed, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs, and looks like there are a few arms warming up down there in the Pilots bullpen. Fair's coming set, and the 1-1. That one swung on and lined back up the middle. Fielding is Flaherty to his right, to his left, and he makes the play. What a play there by Michael Flaherty for the first out of the inning. So score that one 6-3. As it's going to be number 13 coming on to bat for the Hitmen. So it's a pinch hitter for them. As that will be Aiden Sturdivant from Stevens, PA. Washington College will step in. As that's the same pitcher out there from last inning, Josh Ferris. As that one misses, counts at 1-0. So 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. As Stuart Vance steps in. Counts now 1 ball, 1 strike. 1-1 and 1 out. So the 1-1 pitch miss in there for a strike, counts at 1-2 now. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. The 1-2 pitch swung on and fouled off the catcher, Paulowitz. We'll do the 1-2 again. As the 1-2 pitch, that one swung on and popped, foul out of play. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, and 1 out. Top of the 6th inning, 11-7 your score. As always, we're here at Colburn Park. As that one misses, counts now tied at 2-2, evened up. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the 2-2 pitch swung on and fouled, so we will do the 2-2 yet again. Sturdivant staying in this at-bat, staying alive in this at-bat. So 2 balls, 2 strikes. Ferris coming set. The 2-2 delivery just misses high. The count's now pushed full. 3 balls, 2 strikes, and an out. That one swung on and hit out into deep center field. Paulie Goodness tracking it and makes the play for the second out of the inning. So score that one F8. And that will now bring up the pitcher, number 10, Griffin Tomashiki. So Tomashiki walked in his last plate appearance for Horseheads. That one misses, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. That one taken for a strike, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike. And 2 outs. The 1-1 pitch. Swung on and hit. That one hit down the third baseline, foul. Well foul. One ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs, top of the 6th, 11-7 score. Tomashiki will step back in to face Josh Ferris, who has done impressively well since coming in on relief from Michael Mugen. That one taken for strike 3 on the outer half of the plate. Third out of the inning, 1, 2, 3, go the Horseheads Hitmen. To the bottom of the 6th we go, 11-7. Pilots lead. We'll be right back on Figure Lakes 1 Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As always, I'm Kyle French. It'll be Frankie Van Salata leading things off for the Pilots in the bottom of the sixth inning after Tristan Head was caught stealing on a very questionable call there at second. But nonetheless, the Pilots lead the Hitmen 11-7. First pitch taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1 as Van Salata steps in for the Pilots. Has been batting in the leadoff spot for the majority of the season for the Pilots as the 0-1 pitch taken on the out half for a strike. Counts at 0-2 now. Van Salata coming into this game batting .242 for the Pilots as he's got a pair of doubles, 3 RBI, and 5 runs scored, 8 hits, and 33 at-bats. As that one swung on and roped into center field as the center fielder makes the play. That one on a line. Unfortunate break there for him as that will now bring up Jack Polowitz. So Polowitz coming up to bat now for the Pilots. From St. Bonaventure University. So Polowitz stepping up to the dish now for the Pilots, and Michael Flaherty awaiting on deck. First pitch swinging from Polowitz as he was looking to send that one into the Erie Canal. Counts 0-1 now. No balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Polowitz will step back in to face Tomashiki. Bottom of the 6th, 11-7 score. Another big swing, another big miss by Polowitz as the count's at 0-2. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Michael Flaherty on deck. Tomashiki has done significantly well for Horseheads since coming in. That one misses. Counts at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Bottom of the 6th, 11-7 your score again. For the Pilots, 11 runs on 11 hits, no errors. And for Horseheads, 7 runs on 6 hits, 2 errors. So Tomashiki coming set. The 1-2 pitch. Misses high. Counts now even. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. And it's the St. Bonaventure Bonnie, Polowitz, stepping back in. The 2-2. Swung on a miss, strike 3. That one misses outside, but he still swung at it for the second out of the inning. And that will now bring up Michael Flaherty. They call him Big Michael from London, England. And one of 2 Pilots international players. And for the summer of 23, the Newark Pilots go international. So Michael Flaherty from London, England, and Katsunori Ngeshi from Tokyo, Japan. First pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0 to Michael Flaherty. So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs to Mr. Flaherty. The pitch, that one swung and fouled off. Counts now 1-1. And it's Mr. Jack Archimone, who was just up here for an interview back during the second inning, awaiting on deck. So Archimone looking to find his way into the lineup for the Pilots. The 1-1, that one swung and hit laser down the line. The third baseman can't backhand it. That will be a base hit for Michael Flaherty. A 2-out single, as that will bring up Jack Archimone.
From Trumbull, Connecticut, DH, Jack Archimone.
So Archimone, the Pilots' leader in batting average coming into this game. And again, said it several times throughout the broadcast, but stats are not affected due to this being an exhibition. So Jack Archimone stepping in, batting .333 and team leading .333 at that, as Archimone will step in. Cam Kingsley warming up down there in the pen alongside, looks like Tatsunori Ngeshi warming up as well. So 1 ball, no strikes, and 2 outs. And I'm being told that Tatsu is an ambidextrous pitcher. You can throw it lefty and righty, over the top and submarine on both sides, which is completely unheard of. I've never heard of anything like that, but we will see how it looks on the field. As Tatsu is throwing lefty on there, and we'll see if he switches sides. I think he would have to have an ambidextrous glove for that, as that one taken for a strike counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As a 2-1 pitch. Misses high. Counts now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Jack Archimone, the Pilots' leader in batting average coming into this game. And waiting on deck is Nick Payne. The pitch. That one swung on and roped into right field. That one's going to get all the way to the wall. Michael Flaherty is going to round second and round third. Flaherty's coming all the way to the plate. The throw in is not in time, as the catcher did not even see the runner Flaherty coming in, as he'll score. 12-7 your score now.
Up next, the third baseman, number 29 from Hazleton, Pennsylvania, it's Nick Payne.
As I'll now bring up Nick Payne for the Pilots. So Nick Payne will wait, and there's going to be yet another pitching conference here with the pitcher for Horseheads, and I'm certain that they've reached their limit on mound visits, but nonetheless. As Nick Payne will await, we will see if Tomashiki will stay out there for Pilots. So, meeting adjourned yet again, as it feels like we're in a very long court session at Colburn Park. So many meetings there on the mound. So, Tomashiki comes set. Archimon on second after the RBI double that scored Michael Flaherty. That one's going to get all the way to the backstop wild pitch. So, Archimon advances to third. 12-7 your score.
Make some noise, folks. Make some noise for Nick out there. Give him some love.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. And the bottom of the 6th inning, Pilots have already scored a run this inning. The pitch to Payne, taken at the letters, counts at 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, and 2 outs. As Nick Payne will step back in, and Paulie Goodness awaits on deck. That one misses outside, counts at 2-1 now. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. Nick Payne will step back in. The 2-1 pitch misses outside, counts now 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. A walk here would send Payne to first and put runners on the corners for Paulie Goodness. So 3 balls, 1 strike, and 2 outs. The 3-1 pitch, that one misses low, and Nick Payne's going to trot towards first base for the Pilots, and that'll bring up the top of the order and Paulie Goodness.
Go to the top of the order. It's the center fielder from Elmira, New York. Put your hands together for number 2, Paulie Goodness.
As that'll now bring up Paulie Goodness for the Pilots. From Palmyra, New York, he's 2 for 3 on the night. So Paulie Goodness will step in now. Runners on the corners for him, and Pilots lead by 5, 12-7 your score. That one swung on and hit out into right field underneath it. And for the final out, as that is recorded by Boldick out there in right field. So the Pilots put up 1 more run here in the bottom of the 6th, heading to the top of the 7th, 12-7 your score. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio, the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. 12-7 Pilots lead over the Horseheads. Hitman will be Ryan Scott leading things off here in the top of the 7th inning. And the Pilots put up 1 run in the bottom of the 6th inning. Horseheads has yet to score for the last 2 innings. Last 1 inning. They didn't score last inning. They were held scoreless. But the innings before that, they scored 5 runs in the 5th inning and 2 in the 4th. So 7-12 your score. As that one swung on and ripped into center field, right side of the infield. Lost that one in the sun. Briggs Loveland makes the play. 4-3 ground out. As that one now bring up number 26, Lucas Granger, who has 2 hits on the night thus far. As Granger will step in. 1 hit, actually, on that one. So Granger will step in. 1 hit and a walk. As the pitch taken for a strike from Ferris, who is out for his 3rd inning of work for the Pilots. So far for him, no runs and no hits given up. The pitcher from Finger Lakes Community College, part of the Lakers program there. As the pitch bounced in the dirt. Good stop there by Paulowitz. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. In the top of the 7th. The 1-1. Misses outside. Counts at 2-1 now. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 7th. And Pilots just looking to get out of this game. Down to the final 3 innings of play. Good crowd here at Colburn Park tonight. As that one swung on and foul tipped into the glove. Counts now evened at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Josh Ferris has been good for the Pilots. He's been a good arm since coming on to pitch for these Pilots as well. Came in with a 5.48 ERA. That one swung on a miss, strike 3, as he sets him down on strikes. As I'll now bring up the second baseman, number 7, Nate Prince, coming up to the dish now for Horseheads. 2 away quickly, and Ferris looking for his 2nd consecutive 1-2-3 inning. So Ferris steps on the mound. Prince steps in. The pitch. That one swung on and fouled out of play. Counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 7th. Pilots will be coming up to bat after this. Ferris coming set. The 0-1. Misses outside. Counts at 1-1 now. So 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Again, Horseheads coming into this game at 5-9 in NYCBL play, New York Collegiate Baseball League, and they sit at 4th in the Western Division of the NYCBL. That one's going to bloop in for a 2-out single. That's the first hit Ferris has given up on the night. So they have a 2-out base runner, and that will now bring up Cannon Van Duzer from Tompkins Cortland Community College, TC3 as they call it, where head coach Daniel Steve of the Pilots is an assistant. So very familiar with Cannon Van Duzer as he'll step in. From Sayre, PA. Ferris coming, set the righty. A little bit of a lead over there for the base runner as that one's taken for a strike. Count is at 0-1. As that's Prince over there at first for Horseheads. The 0-1 swung on, and that one hit right at Mitchell Kelly, who gloves it. Scored that one 3 unassisted. So no runs on a hit, no errors, heading to the bottom of the 7th. 12-7 your score. As the Pilots lead the Horseheads Hitmen. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As Briggs Loveland steps in, we're here for another inning of baseball at Historic Colburn Park. It's Tomashiki still pitching for the Horseheads Hitmen. Bottom of the seventh, 12-7 your score. Briggs Loveland leading the inning off as he's going to hit that one out into center field as that one's going to get down. A lead-off double for Briggs Loveland, his third hit of the ball game from Emerson College. As that one now bring up Tristan Head, who is now the designated hitter, and we've done so many interviews tonight. Why not add one more? It's Justin DiMartino, brother of the birthday boy, Frankie DiMartino, who's awaiting on deck. What's up, Justin? How's it going?
Hey. How's it going?
Going good. So any brotherly love, any festivities planned for today?
I don't know. I'm hoping we have cake because I haven't had ice cream in a while. So
that one misses for ball counts at 1-0. Ice cream cake, the go-to. Interesting.
hopefully.
Does it have to be Carvel, though? Does it have to be Carvel?
It doesn't matter. As long as it's not vegetables like how he usually eats. So.
Frankie is an exercise science major at Hofstra University, so certainly watches what he eats.
Oh,
and
of course.
always has that gym routine going. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. The count to Tristan Head. Tomashiki out for another inning of work for Horseheads. The 2-0 pitch. That one misses inside. 3 straight balls, counts at 3-0. So I got to ask you, Justin, you've actually been hitting red hot as of late, 3 for 4 yesterday. Anything that you can, kind of point at and say that that's what's been leading to it? Confidence at an all-time high? What's going on?
I don't know. I think I changed the high pants, so I think I'm going to stick with it now. I think that's it. I don't think it's anything. I think
As that will now bring up
pants.
Frankie DiMartino. So perfect timing here. I mean, you get to be on doing color commentary while your brother is at bat. I mean, I think I'll let you take over from here. Well, what's Frankie known for? I know he's known for his blazing speed.
He's got great speed, but he's like a deer in the outfield. That's all I got to say. So hopefully he gets a hit here. It's been a while.
I know. I've done it's a lot easier to do pitcher interviews than it is actual player interviews because we know like when certain pitchers aren't going to throw because they've thrown the day before, and all the pitchers say it's a blessing to have Mr. DiMartino, your brother Frankie, out there in center field.
Oh, of course. He tracks everything out there. It's crazy. I could never.
As that one misses, counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and no outs. Frankie DiMartino will step back in. The birthday boy still looking for that birthday home run.
How about it? How about a birthday home run right here? That'd be kind of cool.
As that one, swung on and missed. Big cut there from Frankie as he's looking for that birthday home run.
Not with that pitch.
So 2 balls, 1 strike, no outs. The Hofstra Pride University member will step in. 2-1, another big swing there, and the count's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs.
He's just trying to hit a home run here. That head is flying out right now.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Frankie DiMartino steps back in. The 2-2 pitch. That one swung on and hit.
Get out.
Out into deep left field, foul territory. Underneath it is the left fielder who makes the play in foul territory for the first out of the inning. As that will now bring up Mitchell Kelly from Webster, New York.
Come on, Mitch.
So Mitchell Kelly coming up to the plate now. With 1 out here.
Oh, runner.
As he squares the bunt
get in
and
there. Safe.
That's going to be a stolen
call.
base. Double steal on for the Pilots. Briggs Loveland takes third, and Tristan Head takes second. Head's been on base every time he's been up.
He's having a great game. You needed one of these too.
Certainly a
And he
confidence booster
also
here.
pitched a great game as well.
As Mitchell Kelly steps back in. 1 ball, no strikes. The 1-0 pitch. That one swung on and
Over his
a
head.
weird bounce. As Mitchell Kelly's going to head towards first. It's going to be an RBI 6-3 ground out for Kelly. And the score is now 13-7. As that one now bring up Frankie Vanzalata. The SUNY Brockport Golden Eagle. Now, what conference is Farmingdale State playing? So they are SUNY, right?
Yeah, it's the Skyline Conference.
Skyline Conference. Gotcha. And what kind of teams do you guys face in the Skyline Conference?
It's basically all schools around Long Island. So furthest we go is probably like an hour all the way up to Purchase. So
Gotcha.
not that far.
So that one taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. As Tomashiki for the Hitmen has actually done really well since coming on to pitch. Imagine if they had started him. I feel like this game would have looked a little bit different at least.
Maybe.
So that one misses. Counts 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Frankie Vanzalata steps up to the plate. And Jack Polowicz awaiting on deck. The 1-1. Drops in there for a strike. Good pitch there. Good movement on that. May have dropped out of the strike zone at the last second, but certainly the movement attributed to that being called a strike. A lot of horizontal break on that one as the 1-2 pitch from Tomashiki. That one swung on and hit out into right field. Underneath it.
Good swing.
Yes. That is Bolduc who makes the play for the 3rd out of the inning, but the Pilots put up 1 more run. 13-7 your score. We're at the top of the 8th. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Now we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As always, I'm Kyle French. 13-7 your score in the top of the 8th inning. It's Noah Bolduc coming up to bat for the Horseheads Hitmen as they are down to their final 6 outs here tonight at Colburn Park. Pilots playing some great baseball here tonight. The bats are out and they're playing a good brand of baseball. So Bolduc will step in, who has been good out there in right field for the team. First pitch, taken for a strike. Count is at 0-1. No balls, 1 strike to lead off the top of the 8th inning. And if by chance the Pilots were able to score 4 runs in the bottom portion of the 8th, that would be the end of the game due to the 10-run mercy rule. As that one is fouled off into the netting. As every time I go to put this headset away, I'm joined by another player, As we will let you know who that is in a second. Once I get this headset plugged back in, as it's plugged back in now. And I'm joined by Jack Gannon, who has made his way around the diamond today. He has been over at first base. First time coaching first base for the Pilots this
Had to
summer.
get involved today, huh, Frenchie?
Yep, as Cam Kingsley comes on in relief and strikes out Bolduc for the first out of the inning. And that will now bring up the next batter in the lineup for the Horseheads Hitmen.
Tough sun up here tonight, Frenchie, huh?
Certainly tough sun. I left the shades at home today.
Yeah, I had to toss them on when I walked in here.
As that will now bring up Taub. First pitch taken for a strike. Counts at 0-1.
A lot of kids here today, Frenchie. It's a great day, huh?
Great day at the park, certainly.
Great day.
Wish we had crowds like this every night at Colburn.
Yeah, it would make things very exciting. I hope it can start a trend here.
As the 0-1 misses for ball. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Top of the 8th inning. 13-7 your score as the Newark Pilots lead the Horseheads Hitmen. Cam Kingsley, the delivery, the 1-1 pitch. Just misses outside. Very close.
That's a good pitch there.
Counts 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. As Kingsley is a pitcher at St. John Fisher University, not far away in Pittsford, New York, just outside Rochester. The 2-1 pitch from Kingsley. That one swung on and hit on a line foul.
You guys staying cool up here, Frenchie, or what?
Trying. We got the AC running, but the windows are open, so it's kind of counterintuitive.
Yeah.
So
Feel the AC, but it's just such a muggy night.
oh, and I sweat awful, man. I sweat so awful.
You and I both. I've been walking around. I'm just sweating.
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, and the 2-2 pitch swung on and missed.
A good pitch right there.
Second out of the inning.
Good curveball.
As that will bring up Michelson, Braden Michelson, the shortstop, number 35. 2 straight strikeouts for Mr. Cameron Kingsley, and he's looking to strike out the side here.
That'd be nice, huh, Frenchie?
Certainly would.
Good quick inning. Nothing better than that.
I'm already warming my arm up for the 9th inning, so
Yeah.
I'm getting ready to come in.
I've been telling Coach all day, give me an at-bat. He doesn't want to hear it. I've been asking.
I was trying to see if he'd give Landon White an at-bat. So.
Yeah, we've been trying. I've been giving him some business. He's not listening.
You Walsh and Landon White.
Yeah, we've all hit in our lives, and we've been trying to get it. He doesn't want to hear it, and I understand. You gotta get the position players their reps, which makes tons of sense. But every once in a while, it's fun to get.
You gotta
back
throw a
in the
ball in the
box.
pitcher's way, right?
Yeah, every once in a while. He tells me I gotta throw a complete game shutout to get in there.
Oh,
Yeah.
so do it.
That's the plan.
If you want something bad enough, you'll do it.
That's the goal for the rest of the year. Let me tell you.
So setting the bar high, I guess. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. As Michelson steps back in, and Kingsley's a pitch away from striking out the side. The 1-2 pitch from Cam Kingsley, that one swung on and popped foul. So we will do the 1-2 again. Hitmen are down to their final 4 outs of the game. And the delivery from Kingsley, the 1-2 pitch, that one swung on and hit out into shallow left center field. Diving play from the left fielder. Can't make it. I'm trying to see what that is out there.
It's Frankie.
It's Frankie DiMartino, who almost made the play.
It's weird to see him.
Caught a lot of ground. He's literally almost in center field.
It's weird to see Frankie in left, man.
I know he's usually in center.
He's a great center fielder out there. Good player. Good ball player.
That will now bring up Paltry, Nick Paltry. Oh, that's actually number 13 now at bat for Horseheads. So. Aiden Sturdivant will step in. That one taken for a strike as the count is at 0-1. So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Kingsley doing a good job getting ahead here early. But what best way to get guys out is strike 1, let me tell you.
So no balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Top of the 8th. The pitch, that one swung on and fouled.
Coming right back at us.
So counts at 0-2 now. I've had some of them hit like right there, right in front of the window.
Anything ever get through? No way, right?
No, nothing gets through yet. I mean, sure, if something got through, I'd have a nice paycheck the next day. But
you'd make a play, Frenchie. I know you.
Oh, yeah, I would. Cat-like reflexes up here in the broadcast booth.
Acting like it's going to hit you. You're going to make the play with ease.
I could be like Jackie Moon, the first ever owner, player, coach, manager, broadcaster.
Yeah. That'd be a great combo out of you.
Man of many talents. Maybe we'll see if the next exhibition game I'll make an appearance.
Yeah, you got to at least coach first or something.
Yeah.
Get out there. There's plenty of room out there for you.
The 0-2 pitch. Misses outside, counts at 1-2.
I'll take over.
I think I could give.
CeeLo will
I think
take
I could
over.
give Frankie DiMartino a run for his money on the base paths.
I don't know about that.
Maybe not.
We're not going to
Might be
that far.
exaggerating.
Me and CeeLo could take over a broadcast for a game. You could go out there.
Oh, certainly. The 1-2 pitch swung on and missed in the dirt as he's going to head towards first. The throw down from Polowitz to Kelly at first. So drop third, strikeout.
Well, 3 strikeout inning
1 to
there,
3
huh?
put out. 3 strikeouts for Cameron Kingsley heading to the bottom of the 8th. Remember, if the Pilots score 4 runs, it will be a mercy rule finish. And the Hitmen will be down to their final 3 outs if it progresses to the 9th inning. As always, I'm Kyle French, joined by Jack Gannon. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. As we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel, it's Jack, apparently the Jack the Backboard Paulovich.
Yeah.
So we have Gage the Wall Boatman, and we have Jack the Backboard Paulovich.
I like the Boatman one. I don't know how much it's going to stick.
So Paulovich steps in as the first pitch misses outside, counts at 1-0. 1 ball, no strikes.
Got a new pitcher here too, Frenchie.
It's Haruki Moriyama pitching on the mound for the Horseheads Hitmen from Osaka, Japan. As that one misses, counts at 2-0. 2 balls, no strikes, and no outs.
Let's see if we can string a few together here. Maybe get
4
home early.
runs would mercy rule the game, so
Yeah,
see if they can do it.
Get home early. Nothing
That's
wrong with
big
that.
cut there from Paulovich. Swing and a miss. Counts at 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, and no outs. Jack Paulovich will step back in.
Where are we going tomorrow, Frenchie? Do you know?
We're home tomorrow.
We're home
versus
tomorrow.
Jamestown Tarp Skunks.
Oh, we got the Skunks.
Oh, to be a pitcher and only worry about the days that you're starting.
I know. It's Thursday at Jamestown.
I'm just
I know it,
messing with you.
Frenchie.
I'm just messing with you.
Next Thursday at Jamestown.
As that pitch missed outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Pitchers are just along for the ride. They're only there for the days that they're pitching.
Frenchie, why do you think I come visit you so much, man?
As that one hits off the chest protector of the umpire, he appears to be okay. Earning that paycheck here tonight.
Yeah, he is.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. As Jack Paulovich will step back in. The St. Bonaventure Bonnie.
Got some serious pop. Let's see if he can get into one here.
The 3-2 pitch. That one comes in and hits Polowich in the back. He'll head towards first base, and that one I'll bring up
I guess he's not getting
Michael
into one
Flaherty.
here.
Number 20, Michael Flaherty.
So Michael Flaherty coming up to the dish now for the Pilots. Big Michael, as they call him.
Yep, Big Mike or London. Been a key part of our team thus far. Good shortstop.
The first pitch, taken for a strike, counts at 0-1. And waiting on deck is the ever so dangerous hitting Jack Archimone.
Hey, he doubled last at bat, right down the line.
RBI double. The Pilots' leader in batting average at .333 coming into the game tonight.
That's not too shabby, huh, Frenchie?
The 0-1 pitch, taken. Swung on and missed for a strike. Counts at 0-2, and Flaherty falling behind the count. As that's Mariyama from Onondaga Community College has thrown 2 straight strikes. OCC, the 0-2 pitch from Mariyama.
Polowitz is bouncing around out there. Let's see if he can get a
Misses
throw
outside.
down.
Well, he's got to steal it, man. He's got to steal second.
I told him earlier I was coaching first. When you saw it, I was telling him to take second. He didn't want to hear it.
You know, I was thinking about incorporating one of those annoying air horns for every time we score a run, like how Elmira has it.
Yeah, we had the little ching today.
Yeah, did you like that? I added that today.
Yeah, I told him because beginning of the year, the skipper told us that everyone's got the green light till you lose it, and I told him to use it. Let's see what he's got. He didn't want to hear it.
So the 1-ball, 2-strike pitch misses low and outside. Counts now 2 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. Bottom of the 8th, and the Pilots have a chance to end this thing here if they can put up 4 runs in the bottom of the 8th.
Good day for the bats today, huh, Frenchie?
Good day for baseball here at Colburn
It
Park.
really is. Yeah.
Little on the humid side, but
Yeah, the thunderstorm stayed away.
2-2 misses low. Counts now 3-2. 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs, and Jack Archimone waiting on deck.
It might be the most packed we've had it this year. It's got to be right up there.
No, I'd say Father's Day had a bigger crowd on Father's Day.
Yeah,
But this
Father's
is probably
Day was
about
pretty
second
good.
or third attendance-wise.
Yeah, Father's Day was
Certainly
pretty
up
good.
there. It's a nice crowd here tonight.
Yeah, great turnout.
Sunday night, Sunday afternoon baseball.
Yeah, a lot
Sunday
of
evening
kids looking
baseball.
for autographs. It's a great vibe out here.
You know, I've never had anyone ask for my autograph yet.
No,
so
Frenchie, we're gonna get some kids.
one
up
of these
here.
days.
Yeah, we'll have someone come ask for your autograph. You deserve it.
So 3 balls, 2 strikes, no outs. The 3-2 pitch misses high.
It's a great at bat right there.
Flaherty's
Frank
going to
back
walk,
too.
and that will bring up Jack Archimone
That brings up
from Trumbull, Connecticut. University of Richmond commit. As
Call him the Spider because he's going to University of Richmond this next year. Kid's a stud. Let me tell you, great backstop.
Well, I wasn't sure if you called him the Spider because of that or because of that spider web-like glove he has behind the dish there. He's
It's a little bit of both. Let me tell you, Frenchie.
certainly an
The kid-
impressive catcher
Kid's
with
a
that
stud
glove.
back there. Let me tell you.
First pitch swinging as that one is smoked out in the left field. Underneath it is the left fielder who makes the play. That one on a line.
Just missed that one,
I
Frenchie.
want to know the exit velo on that one. Is that one I'll bring up Tim Wagner.
You had a good view of that last night, huh? How was the home run from up here? That must have looked beautiful.
So I was actually talking about this with a couple of the guys, and I was talking about this on air earlier. So that home run from Michael Mugen yesterday was probably one of the most casual calls I've ever made in my life because I'm watching it, and I see the center fielder turn, and it's just slowly progressing, and then all of a sudden it just plopped over like near the flag there in center field. I was just like, and that's a home run. Like it was like so casual because I thought it was like gonna be like a extra base hit or like a fly out by
He
the
came
way
in
the center fielder
dugout,
read the
and
ball.
he was like, "Oh, I got it." And we were like, "No way, that's the hard. We've never seen anyone put it out to center. It dies out here." And
Oh, it does. No, and I said this. It's because the winds blow in.
always
from
is
the
in.
north.
Yeah.
Because right across, like not far. I mean, about 25 minutes. It's Lake Ontario and
Yeah.
Canada on the other side. The northern winds blow in this way, and the Erie Canal is on the other side, right behind those trees in center field. So I was so surprised. I don't think I've ever seen a home run hit to dead center here before. Usually, it's on the sides, either right field over there, you get lucky, or left field near the scoreboard, but never to dead center.
Yeah, we saw the center field to turn around, and we were like, "Oh, he's getting at least a double here," and then it just kept going.
I mean, I've seen like pitches like get hit to the wall, smack off the wall, but never over in dead center. So
Yeah, and
402 dead center.
And it was way over,
And
too.
Colburn Park sits pretty deep opposed to many major league parks. It's probably a lot bigger than most
Yeah,
major league parks.
and it's not a short fence at all either.
As that one misses high, and Wagner's going to walk, and that will put runners. The base is loaded now. As that'll bring up Paulie Goodness now. And again, remember, the Pilots can put up 4 runs here and the game will end.
Let's get a grand slam, huh?
Wouldn't that be something if Paulie Goodness, the hometown, not hometown, but about 10 minutes away from it being his hometown,
That'd be
rival
awesome.
high school, Palmyra and Newark rival high schools.
Really?
Yep. Finger Lakes East rivals.
What's the Finger Lakes East? What does that mean? French?
So it's Finger Lakes East. So the Finger Lakes is like the like the high school conference. There's West, East, and Central.
Yeah.
They group it. Biggest schools are actually in the East. Smallest schools are in the West, and the neutral schools are in like the Central.
All right, I gotcha.
So Palmac was probably one of my bigger. I went to Newark High School, so.
Is it a smaller school, Newark High School?
Are you from New York State?
No, I'm from
No.
Rhode Island.
I don't know how you guys group it down there. So they group it in the classes: AA,
Yeah, I
Class
understand.
B, and then C, D. Newark's Class B. So
Okay.
they're one of the
So
smaller
smaller
schools
size.
in Class B. So it's an average size. It's enough where almost everyone knows everyone,
Yeah.
but it's not small enough where like everyone's neighbors, if that makes
I
sense.
mean, most regular city or towns, you're gonna have just about everyone knowing everyone just because of elementary school, middle school.
As Goodness pops that one up first base side, as that play is made by Cannon Van Duzer for the second out. And that will now bring up Briggs Loveland, who's had himself a night here tonight. And for Brigham here tonight, he is 3 for 5. So Briggs Loveland steps up to the plate now for the Pilots. With the bases loaded and a chance to end this game. I mean, if he put it over the wall, it would end it, but
Wouldn't that be amazing? Something
that would be something. As the first pitch misses for a ball. Counts at 1-0. A triple would spot 3 more runs on the board for the Pilots.
Oh, we got a shoe tie break here. Our
Yes.
counterpart over here, CeeLo's not thrilled with the shoe tie.
CeeLo looks like he just wants the game to end over there.
He's saying that's the second shoe tie of the inning. We're not
Is
thrilled.
that an unwritten rule that you can't tie your shoe more than
mean,
once in an inning?
It's just a double knot. A double knot's going to do the job. Pretty easy.
So 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. The 1-0 pitch to Loveland misses outside. It's taken for a strike on the outer half of the plate. That one looked like a ball, but the count's 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs.
Frenchie, what was the start time today? 5:05?
5:05. So we were just
3
over
hours
3
in.
hours in. So a little bit longer of a game here.
That's what happens when there's 20 runs.
So 1 ball, 1 strike. The 1-1 pitch, Loveland fouls that one off. Was looking to end the game right
Yeah.
there with that swing.
That's an A swing right there, Frenchie. Let me tell you. Really wanted to put that one over the L&B sign and right.
Or hit the kangaroo mid there.
Oof, that's a free $1,000
Yeah,
right
it
there.
is.
I don't know if anyone's ever going to do that.
No one has ever hit it, actually, believe it or not. The 1-2 misses. Counts now even up at 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. And the dangerous hitting Tristan Head, who has reached base in every plate appearance, is on deck.
What do you think here?
So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Loveland steps back in. The 2-2 pitch swung on, and that one hit out into right center field.
Not enough.
The right fielder makes the grab for the final out of the inning. It'll be the Horseheads Hitmen coming up to bat. They trail by 6, 13-7, down to their final 3 outs. We'll be right back on Finger Lakes One Radio on the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. as we are back here on Finger Lakes One Radio, the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. Top of the 9th inning, and the Horseheads Hitmen are down to their final 3 outs. It'll be Haruki Mariyuma from Osaka, Japan, leading things off. First pitch from Cameron Kingsley, back for his second inning of work. Misses for a ball, counts at 1-0. So far for Kingsley, 3 strikeouts and a hit in that last inning for him in the bottom of the 8th, and the Hitmen have gone scoreless the last 3 innings. Kingsley looking to finish things out here. 1-0 pitch, misses for a ball, counts at 2-0. So 2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Top of the 9th inning. As always, I'm Kyle French on Finger Lakes One Radio, the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. The pitch, that one popped up, swung on in pretty good wood on that one. DiMartino underneath it and left, makes the play for the out. Rule that one a fly out to the left fielder for the second out of the game. As that will now bring up the top of the order, and that is Ryan Scott. And why not do another interview? It's Tristan Head. Tristan, I've had almost all you guys up here today.
Nice.
Good seeing you pitch out there. I mean, you looked really good. I hope we can see you throw some more in some more games pitching for the Pilots this summer.
Definitely, I hope so.
I'm not sure how hard you were throwing, but the fastball looked pretty good. Had to have been at least 80 something.
Yeah, it's hard.
Looked pretty good. So 3 innings of still had the no hitter going.
Yeah, no hitter. Yeah.
So 3 innings, only 1 walk, and no hits given up.
Yep.
You know how many pitches you threw?
I think 35, something like that.
33.
Yeah. 33.
So you were right around there. Look at him, locked in. Already knew everything.
Close, yeah.
So that one misses. Counts at 2-0 now. So 2 balls, no strikes. With 1 out left here in the top of the 9th inning, I'm joined by the University of Virginia's own Tristan Head out of Jupiter, Florida. The 2-0 pitch. That one swung on and hit foul down the line. Counts now 2-1. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. And it's Cam Kingsley from about 30 minutes away in Fairport, New York. Plays his college ball at St. John Fisher University, a member of the St. John Fisher Cardinals. So 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. Kingsley coming set. And Kingsley's looked really good since coming in. 3 strikeouts. So that one swung on and a little dribbler to Briggs Loveland at second, who flips it over to first. Mitchell Kelly came off the bag. As then I'll bring up Lucas Granger. So Lucas Granger coming up to the plate now for the Horseheads Hitmen from Herkimer County Community College by way of Horseheads, New York. Tristan, I think you reached base every time in every at-bat here tonight.
I did. Yes, I did.
Looking at the box score for you, Tristan, you reached on an E9 in the first inning, came around to score. No, you actually flew out to left in the second, and then you reached. I'm trying to read it, my own handwriting here. I can't even read it. Couple of hits, stolen base, bunch of stuff going on here for you. Interesting stuff, and a no hitter.
Yeah,
kid can do it all.
Yeah.
So 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out now. As the pitch from Kingsley fouled off, the count is at 1-2. 1 ball, 2 strikes. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out here in the top of the 9th. As it's the leadoff batter, Ryan Scott, at the plate for. It's actually Lucas Granger at the plate. And waiting on deck is Nate Prince. That one misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. As the Hitmen are down to their final 2 outs of the evening. So 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Kingsley come and set the 2-2. That one swung on and popped up out of play. So we will do the 2-2 pitch yet again. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out.
What? Ah, no.
As Cameron Kingsley come and set. Sun pretty much all but gone here at Colburn Park, as that one swung on and popped behind the plate. Paulwich doesn't have a play on it, as that one just kicked foul as well, right up over our head. So we'll do the 2-2 again. Lucas Granger doesn't want to go down here. 13-7 your score, top of the ninth. And the Horseheads Hitmen are down to their final 2 outs. Cameron Kingsley, the righty from St. John Fisher, coming set. The 2-2 pitch. Swung on, and that one hit out into center field. Paulie Goodness doesn't have to move much. He'll make the play in center field for the second out, as that will now bring up Nate Prince. As Prince coming up, he's 3 for 4 on the night, so he'll step in. So Prince coming up to the plate. First pitch, swung on, and that one dribbled out into right field. That one's going to get down for a base hit. So a little 2-out rally here for the Hitmen. As that will now bring up Van Duzer, Cannon Van Duzer, for the Horseheads Hitmen. So Cannon Van Duzer 0 for 4 on the night thus far for the Hitmen. And he's their final out. They have runners on the corners, though. 7-13 your score. They still trail by 6, so they'll need a 6-run, 2-out rally. Pilots looking to close the door here, finish it out. That's Cam Kingsley on the mound for the Newark Pilots. The first pitch. Swung, and that one lined right at Flaherty at second, who touches the bag himself. 6 unassisted. And the Pilots win this one 13-7 after a long over 3-hour ball game. The Pilots finish off the Horseheads Hitmen 13-7. The Pilots will be back at home tomorrow. We'll be calling the game here on Finger Lakes 1 Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel against the Jamestown Tarbskunks yet again. So we'll see you then. 13-7 your final score. Thanks for tuning in. As always, I'm Kyle French on Finger Lakes 1 Radio and the Newark Pilots YouTube channel. We will see you next time. 13-7 your final. And looking ahead to the rest of the schedule, just real quick, to finish out the month of June, the Pilots are home tomorrow to face the Jamestown Tarbskunks, 7:05 start time. Then they're on the road at Falcon Park to face the Auburn Double Days on Tuesday, 7:05 start time. Then they're home against the Batavia Muck Dogs, 7:05 away at Dietrich Park in Jamestown on Thursday, 6:35 start time. And then they finish out June this Friday, the 30th, against the Geneva Red Wings. So, final score, 13-7. The Newark Pilots defeat the Horseheads Hitmen. As always, I'm Kyle French. Thanks for tuning in, folks. We'll see you next time.